Welcome to the Urantia Book. We are going to do a read-through of this masterpiece written by advanced celestial beings as a revelation of truth to this planet. This is the most advanced book on the planet, and it has the power to not only change our own lives individually, but to collectively change the world. So, don't take my word for it. Let's see what it has to say. We are going to start with the foreword. I will say a lot of this book is complicated, but there is enough of it there that can be understood and synthesized on the first read through, which will make it worthwhile. Then when you read it a second or third time, those other things which seemed out of reach will become more clear to you. So it is to be a lifelong study. Having said that, we are going to read one page at a time and then talk about each page. There are other places online that I will link in this video which you can hear the book read without any discussion, and you can also buy the book from some place like Amazon or anywhere and read it for yourselves, which I highly recommend that you get a nice physical hardcover copy of this book. It is over 2,100 pages, and if you are in doubt of, geez, is that really what a celestial being would sound like? Put these pages into your mind. And then think about it, the clarity of it, the precision, and also the advancedness of the concepts. But without further ado, let's start with the foreword of the Urantia Book. In the minds of the mortals of Urantia, that being the name of your world, there exists great confusion respecting the meanings of such terms as God, divinity, and deity. Human beings are still more confused and uncertain about the relationships of the divine personalities designated by these numerous appellations. Because of this conceptual poverty associated with so much ideational confusion, I have been directed to formulate this introductory statement and explanation of the meanings which should be attached to certain word symbols, as they may hereinafter be used in those papers which the Orvantan Corps of Truth Revealers has been authorized to translate into the English language of Urantia. It is exceedingly difficult to present enlarged concepts and advanced truth in our endeavor to expand cosmic consciousness and enhance spiritual perception when we are restricted to the use of a circumscribed language of the realm. But our mandate admonishes us to make every effort to convey meanings by using the word symbols of the English tongue. We have been instructed to introduce new terms only when the concept to be portrayed finds no terminology in English which can be employed to convey such a new concept partially or even with more or less distortion of meaning. In the hope of facilitating comprehension and of preventing confusion on the part of every mortal who may peruse these papers, we deem it wise to present in this initial statement an outline of the meanings to be attached to numerous English words which are to be employed in designation of deity and certain associated concepts of the things, meanings, and values of universe reality. But in order to formulate this foreword of definitions and limitations of terminology, it is necessary to anticipate the usage of these terms in the subsequent presentations. This foreword is not, therefore, a finished statement within itself. It is only a definitive guide designed to assist those who shall read the accompanying papers dealing with deity and the universe of universes, which have been formulated by an Orvantan commission sent to Urantia for this purpose. Your world, Urantia, is one of many similar inhabited planets which comprise the local universe of Nebadon. This universe, together with similar creations, makes up the super-universe of Orvantan, from whose capital, Uversa, our commission hails. Orvantan is one of the 7 evolutionary super-universes of time and space which circle the never-beginning, never-ending creation of divine perfection, the central universe of Havona. At the heart of this eternal and central universe is the stationary Isle of Paradise, the geographic center of infinity and the dwelling place of the eternal God. The 7 evolving super-universes in association with the central and divine universe we commonly refer to as the grand universe. These are the now organized and inhabited creations. They are all part of the master universe, which also embraces the uninhabited but mobilizing universes of outer space. So that is page 1 of the foreword of the Urantia book. So let's break this down a little bit and go through it. Okay, so the first thing that they're saying is that the reason behind this, so important. We're very confused about the meanings of God and these relationships. It's all lost. Everybody has their own religion and theory, and they're trying to bring some clarity to it because they see that as a confusion. And from confusion, as we see if we analyze our world, comes things like war, just overall inequality and terrible suffering and struggling. And this book points out that there are many, many inhabited planets. Our world is one of many similar inhabited planets, which comprise the local universe of Nebadon. So they're saying your universe is only one of what we call a local universe, but there's 7 local universes. And it's saying that they're so well organized because there's a literal center of eternity, a center of infinity. And this is the stationary Isle of Paradise where God dwells. Okay. And then around that is the central universe, which is never beginning and never ending. That's a created in perfection universe called Havona. Now, outside of that is when we start to have something called time and space. And we live in a time and space universe. And it is called Nebadon, the local universe, okay? Nebadon, as they say later in the book, is supposed to have, eventually will have 10 million inhabited worlds. And so they're saying, we know a thing or two about a thing or two. And we are going to try to tell you that, but we must use English. There's other means that we could convey things. There's spiritual methods. We could, give people spiritual epiphanies with a blink of an eye. But their mission is to do this with the English language. We're not ready for spiritual epiphanies. We're not even ready for this book. This book is not even very well known. Many are going to reject it. Because we're going to associate it with things like our other religions and for many reasons. But as this book points out, all of those other things, these other religions and so forth, they've been inputted by man. So the main difference here, this is the direct from the horse's mouth, this book. And again, don't take my word for it. We're going to read through this and you can see. We are going to do the second one here and the next video. But for now, the main things to take away is that this is a revelation. It's being revealed. They call it the Orvanton Core of Truth Revealers. Okay, revelation is a real thing in the universes, which is unearned knowledge. This is just simply giving beings that didn't earn it knowledge. And this is something that's very, very important. They say that there's been 5 revelations of truth on this planet. They call them epochal revelations. The first 4 were beings, and the 5th one is a book. And that's this book, because it can be printed and reread and that sort of thing. So, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.